Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Govinda Radhe. How many words can come? Create them. It will create the feeling inside. Explain by how many feelings are there.
Oh, dedicated. Dedicated for me is like, first of all, totally dedicated means we have to be dead for this world. Then we can be dedicated. Atmanivedanam.
Dedicated.
Atmanivedanam.
Committed.
Atmanivedanam.
Committed.
Myself, totally full surrender.
Assigned.
Huh?
Signed.
What? What?
Signed.
Sign what?
Assigned.
Assigned.
Caring means that you do everything what your lover wants, that you do.
One-pointed.
Wow.
Whatever Radharani wants us to do, we should do. No self-interest.
Yeah.
No egoistic motivation, only for her. Living only for her. In our case, instead of her.
Yes.
Dedicated. So we don't miss to serve, even in times of difficulties. We don't miss our service, even when there are challenges. We don't have time for gossip. We don't have time for anything other than our seva. Fully fixed.
Yeah.
And this is also vice versa. Vice versa means the child is dedicated, can be dedicated to the mother, and the mother is dedicated to the child also.
But not bother for mother. Mother never bother without thinking. She's
Selfless.
selfless. She no bother, child will do or not. That's the answer. Not this.
Oh, Subrate, dedicated girl, will you increase my bliss by falsely and angrily quarreling with the Lord of your heart,
Yeah.
being supported by your girlfriends who are expert in helping you and your loving tricks while you play the flower picking game. Oh Subrate, dedicated girl, will you increase my bliss by falsely and angrily quarreling with the Lord of your heart, being supported by your girlfriends who are expert in helping you and your loving tricks while you play the flower picking game. Notes: Sri Raghunath has submitted a prayer to Swamini's feet that he may relish the sweet nectarian rasa of her words through both his ears and his eyes. One cannot count in how many ways Radha's self-manifest sweetness is relishable within Sri Raghunath's heart, and actually nobody is able to describe this sweetness. Although the four Vedas are constantly glorifying Sri Radha, still they cannot reach the end. Here, Saraswati's voice becomes silent when the heart of Sriman Mahadeva, Lord Shiva, which is Jnanamaya, filled with transcendental wisdom, comes here, it merges in Sri Radha's glories, and the 1,000-headed Anantadev goes beside himself here. When the best of all devotees, Uddhava Mahasaya, understood the greatness of their sweetness, he prayed for birth in Vraja, even as a blade of grass or a shrub, to attain the foot dust of the Vraja Sundaris on his head. This is described in Srimad Bhagavat. Even the Supreme Lord, Brajendra Nandana, cannot reciprocate with this sweet love. Ka kata apane Brajendra Nandana avatari kore ye prema aswadana. What to speak of others? Even Brajendra Nandana is descending to relish this prema. This verse conceals the root cause of Sri Gauranga's dissension.
Root cause means?
Root cause, the primary reason.
Root cause.
Root cause. This verse conceals the root cause of Sri Gauranga's dissension. Sri Gauranga Dev descended to experience the sweetness of Sri Radha's love.
Sri Radha.
Sri Radhaya Pranaya Mahima Hidrisha. He relished this himself and concomitantly made the people of this age also qualified to relish it.
What is not possible in Radha Krishna's pastime, Mahaprabhu, he make more easy.
Anusange Premamaya Koilo Tribhuvana Chaitanya Charitamrita. In this verse, Sri Raghunath perceives Swamini's flower-picking pastime. You are picking flowers with your crooked and Rasika girlfriends. This means that in Vraja, no one deals with Mohan in a simple or submissive way.
Wow.
This is called Vamyabhav. And in this mood, the erotic sweetness of the Yugala Kishore becomes crystallized. Therefore, the words Rasa Kutila are used in this verse. They will quarrel with Mohan over picking flowers. I know you are a Suvrata. You are dedicated to the vow of delighting Mohan. When will you delight me by engaging in such false and crooked quarrels? Suvrata means a girl who is dedicated to the cause of making the Lord of her life happy. That is the best vow. There is no greater vow than that in the whole world. Prem means thinking, how can I make Mohan happy? And the Vrajasundaris are in the highest class of lovers that are endowed with Mahabhav, which is a quintessence of Prema. Premera Paramasar Mahabhav Jani. The minds and senses of those who are endowed with Mahabhav are saturated with Mahabhav.
Underline.
Varamrita Svarupa Shri Swam Swarupam Manonayet. Mahabhav consists of the greatest nectar and helps the mind to return to its constitutional position. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Pad writes in his Ananda Chandrika commentary on this verse, Mahabhav helps the mind to regain its constitutional position.
Yeah, underline my dear.
This means that the minds of the girls who have Mahabhav are entirely consisting of Mahabhav. The mind has no more separate existence from Mahabhav. The senses act according to the mind's direction, and in this way, the senses of the Vrajasundaris also consist of Mahabhav. Therefore, it is logically proven that all the activities of their senses are dedicated to and dominated by Mohan. All the Vrajasundaris
By Radhika.
It says by Krishna in this translation. This is Vishwanath Chakravarti Pad's commentary.
Okay.
All the Vrajasundaris have Mahabhav, but Sri Radha is Mahabhav Swarupani herself. She consists of nothing but Mahabhav, from the tips of her toenails up to the top of her head. It is certain that Mohan is greatly delighted and controlled by each of her physical and sensual acts. Hence, no one in the world is more worthy of the name Suvrata than her.
Yeah.
In his Tavamala, Srila Rupa Goswami has nicely described how Sri Radhika picks flowers in the forest. Indeed, his descriptions of this pastime are unrivaled in the kingdom of sweet rasa. In the morning time, Sri Radhika feels morose. She doesn't feel like performing her household duties, and her mind is restless. So she goes out into the forest on the pretext of getting water for her ritual worship, eager to see lotus-eyed Mohan. Rupamanjari secretly follows her to the bank of the Yamuna. Srimati walks very far until she catches Mohan's bodily fragrance.
Sri Radhe.
And thinking that Mohan is in the forest, she proceeds towards him like a thirsty she-bee. When she sees Mohan standing there, dressed like a forester, she starts picking flowers just to catch his attention. Mohan notices her and says, "Who is that girl, destroying the beauty of the forest by picking all the flowers there? How beautiful are you?" Sri Radhika, seeing Mohan with his forehead beautified by Gorochana pigments, frowns her eyebrows. Radhika, who is called Bhamini, or powerful girl, pulls at her blue garment, thus concealing her limbs. How wonderful are her movements! She takes some distance from Mohan and hides herself between the huge jasmine creepers on the bank of the Yamuna. Mohan follows her as if he is bewitched by some mantra and says, "You're always coming here to pick flowers." And then, after cruelly breaking all the tender sprouts and destroying the beauty of the forest, you hide yourself. Who are you? Srimati replies. Hearing this, Vinodini, Radha, anoints her smirky smile with a paste of feigned anger and says, Listen, O Kala, Mohan the black boy, how painful it is to see your behavior. It's like a great fire that burns us. We are dedicated girls, and our minds are always devoted to worshipping the sun god. We always come here to pick flowers, and we never heard such rude words before. Why do you speak such words today? That is not proper of you. Rasaraj, Mohan, the king of relishers, says, This is the doing of the bold King Cupid. Aren't you afraid of him? Mohan replies, I understand that you have stolen many flowers and sprouts today. Oh, golden flower thief, now I have caught you. How will you be able to go home now? Oh hey, is this your doing? Aren't you married girls afraid and ashamed to come to this forest every day, stealing leaves and flowers, breaking the straw? Oh, golden complexioned flower thieves, how will you escape now that I've caught you? You won't be able to run away. Rasa Sudhakara stays in hiding and witnesses Radha and Mohan's pastimes. Tender Swamini says in a feigned, harsh mood, I know you are a rogue. We are worshipping the sun god, and this forest is only for women. Men are not allowed here. Until now, no one has ever forbidden us to come here. Who are you? Haven't you learnt any manners? Whose forest is this anyway? Mohan says, This forest belongs to King Cupid, who has entrusted it into my care. This king is very cruel, and it was very unfair of you to steal his flowers. Swamini says, There's no King Cupid here. You are that rogue yourself. Who in Vraja does not know of your pranks? In this way, their sweet quarrel goes on. But by quarreling with him in this way, Swamini became known as Suvrata, a girl who is unflinchingly dedicated to Mohan's pleasure. Mohan feels boundless bliss when he tastes the sweetness of this quarrel. When I see Radha's face and eyes in this mood, I feel 1,000,000 times more happy than when I unite with her. Finally, she enters a kunja with her prananath and relishes all kinds of sweet pastimes with him there. When this vision disappears, Sri Raghunath anxiously prays as follows, O dedicated Radhe, O sweetly speaking girl, O Empress of Vraja, you play blissful, rasic pastimes with Mohan, the lord of your life, and your crooked, playful, clever, and rasic girlfriends. During these funny, nectarian pastimes that are played on the crooked pretext of picking flowers, Mohan says, Who is picking flowers in this kunja, stealing them from me? I have seen hundreds of thousands of women. I can't even count them. And they're all equal in form and in qualities. But amongst them, you, O Hemangini, golden-limbed Radhe, you are the crown jewel.
Yeah.
That is clear to me, because you are not afraid. This Kunja abode belongs to King Cupid, and I am simply the Kunja's guardian. How dare you break all these freshly sprouting branches? I think it's completely crazy. On the order of King Cupid, I will teach you a lesson in a lonely cave, just as I wanted.
Yeah.
Listen, O women of Raja, I will loot everything from your limbs. Hearing these clever words, Princess Radha replied. Outwardly, she showed anger, but inwardly, she was decorated with 20 ornaments of topmost ecstatic love from seeing Mohan. O Sri Radhe, seeing this intimate pastime, my mind becomes filled with joy. Vilapa Kusumanjali is a collection of nectarian prayers. That is the jewel of Dasa Goswami's bhajan. Said Gurudev by this verse 85.
85. Wow.
Jai Sri Radhe.
Also, when we hear dedicated, means that we don't waste time anymore. We're totally, this is 24/7. And it's all dedicated.
No, my program.
Only Radha, 24/7.
Can you help me?
Yes.
Call Gausala Baba, Ram Seva. How are you, sir?
I have my problem.
Huh?
I have my problem.
Your problem?
Program Guru.
And Rasmai is good, health is good.
She had now online something.
Right.
Actually, Gurudev, Mana Seva we do in the Swarup, no? Because we say it from this position, but Mana Seva means
Oh,
you are
man, meditation.
Radhe Radhe Go